Deland, Florida. An anger management therapist in Florida is accused of shooting and killing a homeless man and then hiding the body in the trunk of his car. Travis McBride, 46 of Deland, allegedly murdered Clinton Dorsey, 51. McBride will likely face first-degree murder charges, according to Florida police. Multiple 911 calls regarding the homicide were received by police, as stated in McBride's arrest affidavit. The document states that an unidentified caller informed a 911 dispatcher of a homicide and that someone was looking in the road to clean up the blood from the ground and searching for shells. According to the affidavit, the caller identified the alleged murderer as Travis, stated that the victim's name was Clint, and claimed that the attacker dragged the corpse across the road, loaded it into his vehicle, and then fled. According to the affidavit, a second 911 caller stated that the suspect was standing in front of a Deland address and began whispering when the dispatcher requested clarification before concluding, "A murder was committed last night." Deland is located around 40 miles to the north of Orlando's downtown. When police found McBride, they saw a scratch and a red mark on his arm. McBride told the officer that the marks and scratch were from his dogs, according to the document. While one officer talked to McBride, other police found the second 911 caller. She told them she was afraid of McBride, who had shot and killed Clinton, according to the affidavit. According to the statement, when police went to the place where the woman said the shooting happened, they saw a large amount of drying water on the roadway. They also noticed that it hadn't rained there in a while. An officer discovered an expended shell casing as well. The woman informed law enforcement that she observed McBride transport the body of Dorsey across the street and into a wooded area after witnessing the murder. McBride, she claimed a few hours prior to the shooting, had come to her residence in search of Dorsey because Dorsey had placed glass in a jar to harm his dog, according to the affidavit. The witness reported to investigators that McBride threatened to murder Dorsey. The woman later told police that McBride had told her not to go to the police and had threatened her. Detectives later got a warrant to search the building where McBride resided and worked. McBride is a licensed therapist and the proprietor of Starting Point Mental Health LLC, situated at 1620 E New York Ave, at the intersection of South Frankfort Avenue, as stated in the charging affidavit. Deland Police Chief Jason Umberger stated that a motive for the crime has not yet been officially determined. However, law enforcement has established a link between McBride and the victim. Preliminarily, we believe there was an ongoing dispute between McBride and our victim, according to him. I don't know if they knew each other, but they knew of each other. McBride was transported to the police station. The police officers stopped interviewing McBride when he requested to be represented by an attorney. Attorneys hope to persuade the jury that the alleged murderer of Clinton Dorsey should get the death penalty. According to court records, McBride had a number of violent crime charges in Volusia County dating back to 1995 that were reduced or dropped altogether. In 1995, he was arrested on suspicion of felony aggravated battery. The case was transferred to county court, where he entered a not guilty plea to misdemeanor battery and fulfilled the terms of a deferred prosecution agreement. In 1996, he was arrested on another felony aggravated violence charge, which was reduced to a misdemeanor. Following this, he received probation. McBride was apprehended by the police in 2017 on suspicion of domestic battery by strangulation. His then-wife claimed he choked her after she angered him by removing his dog by the collar and placing it outside. He denied that he had choked her. His wife expressed no intention of pursuing legal action. The case was moved to the county court. McBride complied with the terms of his deferred prosecution agreement, which included counseling sessions, fines, and no violent contact with the victim. Recently, McBride made his first court appearance on Friday in the Volusia County Jail courtroom, where he did not enter a plea. If found guilty, he could get the death penalty. Follow us for more news.